Hello, my name is Zach Rabinowitz, and my topic is Google's self-driving cars. Today, when you look around, you see cars that are already using technology to make the driving experience safer and easier. For example, cars have been able to warn drivers of impending obstacles and apply the brakes if they don't react fast enough. Cars also park themselves by scanning the parking spot and automatically steering into it, when the driver only has to apply the gas and the brakes. And more recently, Mercedes-Benz and Tesla took autonomous driving even further with their new steering system that works on highways in certain circumstances. According to Joseph A. DeLegro, the first big leap for fully autonomous vehicles is due in 2017, when Google said it would have an integrated system ready to market. Although this will be helping millions of people, it will also be a problem for hundreds of businesses that don't adjust fast enough. It is estimated that hundreds of billions of dollars will be lost in automakers, suppliers, dealers, insurances, parking companies, and many other car-related enterprises, and the loss of revenue for government from licensing fees, taxes, and tolls, and by personal injury lawyers and health insurances. Joseph A. DeLegro said that Google's goal is to increase the car utilization from around 5 to 10% to 75% or more by facilitating sharing or carpooling. That means fewer cars on the road. Who needs to own a car when you can just order a shared one that'll drive right up to your door minutes later and ready to take you anywhere you want to go? So at the top of the car, where the little black thing on the roof, are the sensors. They're laser sensors and radars and cameras that detect objects in all directions. The round shape maximizes the sensor field of view. The interior of this car is designed for riding, not really driving, so it accommodates people who are just there to sit and relax. There's a computer inside the car that is designed specifically for self-driving. Near the wheels, there's an electric battery that powers the vehicle, and there's also a backup system for steering, braking, and computing, and more. So you might be thinking, how does it drive? How do these cars drive? According to Google's self-driving car project brief, a self-driving car needs to constantly answer these questions. Where am I? What's around me? What will happen next? And what should I do? So for where am I, the car processes both map and sensor information to determine where it is in the world. The car knows what street it's on and which lane it's in. For what's around me, sensors help detect objects all around them. The software classifies objects based on their size, shape, and movement pattern. It detects a cyclist and a pedestrian in this case. What will happen next? The software predicts what all objects around us might be doing next. It predicts what cyclists will be, where the cyclists will be riding, where pedestrians might be walking or crossing the street. And the last question, what should it do? What should I do? The software then chooses a safe speed and trajectory for the car. The car nudges away from the cyclist, then slows down to yield to pedestrians. So it knows exactly where it is in any circumstance, and it knows exactly where to stop, when to stop, who's around them, how to detect things that might happen. So it's very safe. Google has ran into a few problems, though. According to Business Insider, Google's self-driving car project has recently been losing employees to other companies in the field. Sebastian Thrun, the first head of the Google car project, left in 2014. Chris Urmson, the robotics expert who ran Google's self-driving car project, left halfway through the project because he was unhappy with the direction that the project was going under the new CEO. When Urmson left, other project veterans like Jiajun Zhu and Dave Ferguson also left to put together a startup in artificial intelligence and robotics. In addition to all of these problems, Uber announced that they will soon begin testing fully autonomous vehicles on public roads in Pittsburgh, and numerous automakers, tech companies, and ride-hailing services have announced partnership to develop autonomous driving technology. Another problem with Google's self-driving car project is that there have been 11 accidents in total, all minor, which Google asserts were never the fault of the car. 7 of those involved another vehicle rear-ending it. 2 were side swipes, and 1 involved another car traveling through a red light. In all, Google's post emphasizes 2 things. 1, its sensors and algorithms are statistically far more attentive and less error-prone than human drivers are. And 2, the error-prone behavior of the humans around it are feeding into better algorithms, making the Google car even safer than it already was. Alright, so some pros and cons to this Google project. So the pros is the reduction in a driver at fault accidents, better driving performance, fuel efficient by obtaining optimal speed, better productivity, accessible to anybody, and more efficient driving and parking spaces. Some cons are high cost in vehicle and maintenance, political and regulatory issues, as well as security and privacy issues, heavy reliance on GPS satellite, psychological barriers, and unknown reaction to temporary traffic control. So in all, I believe that the Google self-driving car is a remarkable innovation, even though that there is a long road ahead. There are many challenges, not only technical and legal, but also social and psychological. It will cause a great disruption to individuals and society. Through trial and errors, the Google self-driving car will improve in a way that will hopefully make our lives better in the future.